Good day, YouTube. It is April 1st, Easter Sunday 2018, and this is another video on the little John Deere 68 rear engine rider. And we got the engine running yesterday. This morning we took it out and ran it for over an hour until all of the oil that I had injected into every orifice of that engine burned itself clean, and it runs mechanically. I think it runs good, and I don't think we have any serious issues with it. Carburetor needs to be gone through, but that's that. But what I decided to do today was a little fiberglass work. The body of this thing is completely broke. It's broke all the way over to the seat mount area, and if I continue to mess around with this thing with the body on it, it's only going to get worse. So let's fix it now. Fiberglass work's kind of fun to do. It isn't going to take that long. I took the seat off. The seat is shot. The bolts broke off. It's in the garbage. So let's get the body repaired, and we'll call that a fiberglass repair video. So I'll haul this thing out back and finish cleaning the gook off of it that was under the seat, and get it set up on a table, and we'll start the process. Be right back. Well, we put the fiberglass body on the operation table, and it's quite a bit worse than it looked like from the outside. So this thing's got like two major breaks, and it just kind of gets worse. This one kind of stops about in here, but obviously this one's been broke for a long time. It's actually warped the body a little bit, so putting this thing back together is going to have to happen in like 2 steps. We'll have to be able to put this much together by manipulating this at the end to get everything to line up. Then once that's repaired and dried, then we can finish the rest of this. There's also a break in this corner and a break in this corner. Those aren't too bad to repair. Probably just resin those back together, and I think that was caused from the seat being shoved back too far. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to have to grind all those loose edges off. So I'm going to start off with a 4.5 inch angle grinder and just a grinding disc. Might have to move to a flapper disc or a Dremel tool or something to get in there, but you can't have any of the loose stuff going on there, and you got to have a nice clean rough surface for the fiberglass to grip to. So we're going to do grind out the crack and the break itself, and then sand or grind the area around it, because we're going to fiberglass over that, and it needs something to grip to. You can't just fiberglass onto this. It's just not going to stay. So that's the plan. So I'm going to get to grinding a little bit. We'll grind all this out best we can. We'll brace or clamp this end together until all of this lines up, and then we'll do that repair, and then we're gonna have to let that sit, come back and do this repair. That's the way it's gonna work. So I'll get to work. I'll check back with you shortly. Well, I got it all prepped as good as I am going to. I was able to kind of get everything lined up. It isn't perfect. I've mixed up some fiberglass resin, and I've cut up some mats in the sizes that I think will work best. Probably won't, but I did what I thought I should. So I'm just using a little flux brush. It'll work pretty good. It's not a very big area. You only have 10 or 15 minutes or so to work with this resin, so don't fiddle around, and don't try to take on too big of a space, too big of a work area. We're just going to get this all soaked with resin right now, and then we'll put the mat down and we'll bed those mats in. It's going to ooze out the underside, but it's a riding mower. Who cares? Sorry, I was interrupted by a phone call, so I missed a little. So I'm just bedding in this fiberglass mat. It's going just fine. We're going to double up this corner. Just get it in there, get it all the way pushed down. Work it quickly, because as it gets more soaked in, it becomes more difficult to work. So get it pushed in quickly and work it quickly and then quit. You know what I mean? Just quit. And it'll continue to soak, and it'll be fine. If you guys watch my other videos, I have ads out buying Honda EU generators, and that was another one of them calls. And this guy's on his way, and he's got one, so that's cool. I think that my needs are done, needing those generators, but I have friends and family that on my waiting list to get one, so got another one coming right now. Just throwing the resin on. I got it mixed up. It's not going to do me any good in the cup. We'll let it build up down in that corner. That's going to be the high stress corner anyway. I got another piece of mat already cut. Let's throw it on here. Throw it on here like this. Don't do this without gloves, people. Don't do it. Don't go there. Get that shoved down in there first. Get the wrinkles out. Nice. Look at that. It's going to be good. Dump it on. You can get these little, I call them flux brushes. Maybe they're really called something else. I don't know. I just get them at Harbor Freight. A bag of, I think there's 50 in a bag or something. They're cheap. Use it for a lot of stuff, but you're just throwing it away anyway. We're almost done with this. This piece anyway. I didn't really look at these other spots yet. It might be something I can just grind from the top and just dump some resin in them. Almost there. Don't overwork it. Talking to myself now. Don't overwork it. Okay, resin time. It's going to get hard on me anyway. Okay, we're going to let it do what it does. It's all going to puddle down in here, but what do we care? Nice. Woohoo! Okay, that's it. It's done. All right, I'll shut you down and we'll come back when we got something else to play with here. Well, we got the inside all fiberglass. It's all good and dry, nice and strong. I have to do this little edge. I cut another piece of fiberglass mat. What we're going to do is get this bedded in and go over that to really strengthen up this edge and give it an edge. It's a little beat up right there. We throw you in the stand. I've prepared the outside of all these cracks and these two cracks, and we're just going to resin them on the outside. You got to grind all that loose stuff out of there and get the resin down in there, but yeah. let's get this thing situated. Oh yeah, drop it. Gotta do that first. Okay, got my resin. You guys see what we're doing here? Oh yeah. Wonder why I forgot my gloves. Come on. Of all the times to do that. Get this bedded in good on one side, and we'll roll it under. Roll it under. Yep, there I got it on my fingers. Knew it was gonna happen. Just trying to get more resin on the inside so this thing will stick. There we go. A little more, and we'll call this one good. Okay, now we're just going to resin in the cracks. Probably go over this a couple times while this is drying. Putting a lot in there, and then we'll let it kind of drip down. It'll follow its trail a little bit. Want to get that resin down in that crack. I ground it out with a grinder is what I used. Make it nice and strong. Okay, so that's going to drip for a little while. We'll come back and check it. This thing was really busted up here. But Yep, gotta save it. Yep, here we go. One more down. One more to go. All right, that's it. That's a wrap. So, we built up the underside with some fiberglass mat and some resin. We ground out the crack and filled it full of resin on the top side. We did take a piece of fiberglass mat and reinforce this edge. As this is drying, I'll use that little bit of resin I have left and try to build this up just a little bit. And then there was cracks up here. We just put resin only in them from the outside. They're not structure. They were broke because the seat was buried in it. So every time someone jumped up in there, it put some stress on that. But that's gonna do it. Now, when this is done and dry, if you're fussy about what it looks like, you can sand that down. You can Bondo over that and straighten it up a little bit. I might do that just a little bit, not to spend a ton of time on it. It's just an old mower, but just to kind of practice in the fiberglass repair thing. Might as well practice on some old mower than set your sights on something like that for fiberglass repair. But that'll wrap it up for the fiberglass project. In a future video, you'll see the finished product all touched up, painted, and so forth. I'm not sure how crazy I'll get with it. Depends on how the rest of this rig comes out. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing. Hit the like button if you would, please. Catch you on the next one.